Hello, my name is Hisyam Yura. I am in Scuderia 7 Racing and I'm driving in the rookies senior category. So I'd say one of the most exciting moment when we're driving go-kart is one of it is during the race itself, especially when you have a lot of your families and friends who came over to watch. They give off the adrenaline, so you can drive better lah. So if we were to talk about who I would drive as a list from my favorite drivers, I grew up watching Michael Schumacher, so I would say that is one of them. And once Michael Schumacher retired, and then my driver of preference is Sebastian Vettel, but again he retired, so now it's Lewis Hamilton. So the person I would drive or go against with is Lewis Hamilton. That is a very interesting question, but as a fan of F1 driver, as a fan of Formula One, I would actually like to see or drive as a miniature version of one of the most famous Formula One tracks, which is Monza, because it has a lot of high speed straights, and that gives off like a very fun racing experience, because you get to see the car in its full performance state. So if I'm able to see or drive in a miniature version, a go-kart version of something like Monza track, then it would be perfect and ideal. I'd say one thing that helps to calm me down is maybe to listen to music, you know. That is only if I've done like my other routine checks. So I guess one of the most important thing, not just for me but also to other drivers, is to double, triple check your cart before racing, as your cart can break down in the middle of the race, which would disappoint yourself and your team. So it's important to do a routine check before going down to the track. The thing about racing is the adrenaline that it gives off, especially when you're going at high speed or when you're leading the pack. So it's basically the adrenaline. And one thing that keeps me passionate about the sport is the fact that it is a growing sport in Brunei, and I would like to see or help build this community to reach the masses. So during the warm-up laps, I would say it is one of the very the tense is building up prior to the start of the race, during the warm-up lap. And what I tend to do is just try to keep my mind straight, keep my focus up, because the first turn of a race, it's always the most dangerous part. People make mistakes, people will rush into the first turn, accidents happen. Yeah, so keep focused, keep your mind straight, and hopefully you don't crash. One of the challenges that I faced over the race weekend was, it is expected, I wouldn't say it's unexpected, but it was going against Gafar. He is a very skillful driver with more than 10 years of experience. So going against him was fun. I crashed into him a couple of times, but he is a very skillful driver. It was really hard to defend him. It was really hard to chase him once he overtook me. But that is off track. Once we are off track, he is one of the most respectable driver out there. he gives off advices to the younger drivers, including myself, because he has the knowledge that he has from 10 years ago. So he's a Ghaffar himself is basically the challenge, but he is also someone that I respect a lot. Final lap of the race. Okay, so over the final, prior to the final race, most of the drivers, I'd say, is already exhausted because we've been racing all morning. So, and at the final race, you are already like feeling tired, you know, you just want to get things done and over with. But over the final lap during the previous race, I was trying to push myself to get into the podium, as I missed out on the podium position from Heat 2 because of a mistake that was made. But yeah, I was just trying to push really hard to try to get the podium, but only if I was given a few more laps, I feel like I would have gotten the chance. But yeah, I was just trying to push lah.
I'm just curious, what happened during the mistake? What actually happened there?
So what happened was when I was driving, it was during Heat 2. I was, if I can remember, I was defending position, and then I wasn't able to defend my position from Ghaffar. So as I was chasing him, and then he spun out, and then I crashed into him, and then my kart wouldn't start. So most of the drivers managed to overtake me during when I wasn't able to start my kart. So I missed out on a few points, which basically put me into P4 in the final heat, and I wasn't able to chase Mateen and Ghaffar from the final heat, as both of them are very skillful drivers, including Mateen himself. I need to mention that he was quite excellent in defending. So yeah, props to the both of them.
Is it really frustrating, or like how do you feel about that?
At the heat of the moment, yes, I was annoyed with myself because I wasn't able to push that hard. And looking back at the previous footage, there are a few chances that I could have made to actually achieve that podium, but yeah.
Things happen.
Things happen, yeah. It's racing, it's the nature of racing, and even the greatest drivers can make mistakes.